All right, let's get a couple in. Let's get a couple in. Brush up on my defense real quick. Blunt's already rolled up, baby. Don't be wanting to hear motherfuckers talk all that bullshit, complaining. Oh, you watching YouTube on the back? Yeah, motherfucker. You using YouTube. But, let's go through the franchises first. Check some shit out.
Welcome back, Money Team. This is Matt Money Shop. Snip up the man. She's always got another defensive play scheme for you guys today, and this is one that's going to be, pretty familiar because it's one of the metas from last year. I'm going to show you guys a 3 or 4 play scheme on how to run the 3-3-5 wide, and some of the things you can do to basically get pressure, to stop the run, to stop the pass. There's a lot of things you can do with this formation. It's one of the best formations in the game. As always, if you guys want to see more defensive formations, more defensive plays, hit the like button in the comment section. Other than that, let's go get right into the video. Now, the formation, like I said, I'm using the Dolphins playbook. I like the Dolphins playbook. It's probably my favorite playbook right now. It's got a lot of really good formations like the big nickel over G. It's got the 3-3-5 wide, the double A gap, the 3-5 odd, which I already put out a scheme, or maybe I will be. I'm not sure what order these videos are coming out, but I already recorded a scheme out of 3-5 odd. This is my favorite defensive playbook. This is going to be the ebook that I put out this year. I don't know if I'm going to be touching on a lot of other ones. I might do the Giants as well. Let me know in the comment section what ebook you guys want to see as far as defense goes, or what your favorite defense is. But as far as this video goes, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start off with the never 3-5. Now, one of the best things you can do this year that I'm not even sure if you could do it last year was you could add a safety at the middle linebacker spot. I think you could, but I'm just not 100% sure. So just make sure you put a safety at your user. I don't know if there's still a lot of defenses where you can shift over from the 3-5 to 3-5 wide like people were doing last year, but that's one of the best things you can do. I would also make sure for some of the plays it's going to matter who this outside linebacker is. So try to have some speed out there. That's probably the most important thing. Jalen Phillips, I'm not sure how fast he is, but I know he's their first round pick. So I'll go ahead and put him there. So let's go and let's pick the first play. There's a couple plays. One of the metas that everybody seems to be running is the Mike Blitz 3. I personally think that's a pretty good defense. I know you can get pressure with it. I always liked the 3 Sambo Blitz. This was one that I put out probably Madden 16 or 17 was one of my most popular videos. There's a lot of really good plays here. I'll definitely have a lot of extra ones on my Patreon and on my Join Now community tab. So check that out. Link in the description below, or hit the like button. I'll try to put these out later at a later date. So we're going with center audibles. Like I said, there's so many good plays here. We're going to go with the cover 2 man. I'm going to show you guys a good way to run that. The Mike Blitz 0 is already there. The next play, I'm going to put the Sam 3 Will Blitz in there because I like that play. And then the last one we're going to put in will be the Mike Blitz 3. Let's go and let's start off with the meta that everybody seems to be running anyway, and that's the Mike Blitz 3. So when it comes to get pressure, one of the first things you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, basically send all your defensive linemen. You're going to want to blitz Wilkins here. He doesn't really do much dropping into coverage. He's too slow. I typically like to spread my defensive line, and then I like to bring this guy down into one of these gaps. This is going to be my user. I also want to make sure that I guess pass, because that will just make sure that if it is a play action, that these outside linebackers will not react. And then I'm going to basically hover this gap before I release. You can do either gap, but considering the shotgun formation, if it's going to be a run play, it's going to be an inside zone. So I'd rather plug this hole, because that's the most likely area where the running back would run. So we're going to start here. As the play starts off, though, we're basically just going to, as you can see right there, get inside zone. So like I said, there's definitely a good reason to be in that gap. So we're going to do it again. Like I said, you can come down this gap. You don't have to spread the defensive line. I just find that that's one of the better ways to go. But you can see it doesn't really matter. The pressure comes in anyway. And that's pretty much one of the best ways to get pressure. Like I said, I have a nice, speedy linebacker out there, Jerome Baker. Got to make sure you have your speed at these spots. And once again, the running back's not blocking. There's not going to be anything in his way as he goes right to, I'm on the running back. If you watch the replay, like I engage very shortly, and I back away. Actually, I never got engaged because, like I said, I typically try to loop to the right so that I can basically not get touched, and then I'm all over that running back. And by the time I get into that set, he's already getting planted. So it's a super easy blitz to set up. If you're worried about that flat, I mean, you can always use hard flat. That's one thing that this game covers pretty well is hard flats. And like I said, really just just basically slanting the defensive line outside, crashing outside, blitzing this or bringing this blitzer down into the to the gap. Once again, inside zones are going to get shut down. As you can see right there, there's nowhere to go. Go on, let's do this one more time. Like I said, I'd like to get more pass plays. I'll go ahead. I'm gonna hard flat just because I'm sure that White in the flat will be that will be something will be there. You can see boom, we're just getting very easy sacks. So very easy pressure system to get. Like I said, you can also do this out of the Mike Zero blitz. This is something that I used to run every game, every play. It was so difficult for people to stop. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the exact same setup. All I really have to do is bring this guy down here. This is a scenario, a lot of times, I like to bring this guy down. A lot of times I just like to let him blitz. To be honest with you, like you can just let him blitz and then bring this guy down and cover the running back yourself. Or sometimes, like I said, because if the running back does block, him blitzing definitely plays a key role. But in a scenario like this, a lot of times I'll just basically cheat over to one of these gaps where, like I said, right here we got 3 receivers. So if there's anything crossing, I'll basically just come down here and then drop into these crossers. And you can see right there, I almost got a pick. So like I said, you're going to get a lot of pressure. You're going to get a lot of success. The man coverage one is something I would say it's just best to mix it every once in a while, but it's kind of easy to call man coverage out. So this is pretty simple. Like this is a man coverage. So guessing pass, that's all we have to do in this play. Just bring him down and guess pass, and then boom, shut down the run once again, getting the same pressure. They're basically the exact same play. Now the next play I'm going to show is the 3 Sam Will blitz. You can do essentially the same stuff with this that you can do with the Mike Blitz Zero, but I find there's some additional benefits to the 3 Sam Will blitz that make it slightly better for coverage purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that. Then on defense, offensive side, we're going to do the exact same thing, Ranamo. Basically, the real benefit to this play compared to the other play is, number one, you have a 3-rec hook, which is the middle linebackers in a 3-rec. So he's going to follow any crossing receivers. It's a much better version of a yellow zone than the regular hook zones. Regular hook zones don't really follow as well. But essentially, all you have to do with this play now is zone all linebackers, which is super quick and easy. And now you have one linebacker who's going to cover. He's going to cover crossers a lot better, and you have hook curls flooding the middle, which to me is a really good way to go. It's also not a bad idea to just double Mabel on both sides, which is a trick that a lot of people know about. We basically just hard flat these outside defenders. If I do this, I mean, this is my best opportunity. I want to center this guy, by the way, but this is my best opportunity. If I'm not good in coverage and I want to use a defensive lineman, I can do that. And that's something where I feel like my coverage is just going to be there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
All right, let's get a game in real quick. That shit almost had me no.
Defensive end and drop backwards if they're passing a lot, so I can get on some crossers as well. But you can see nothing's open. I mean, this is basically just Clam City. As Cam Newton still almost got sacked on a 2-man rush, and he's got to take off. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put one of these guys into a vert hook, and we'll leave one guy in a 3-rec just to show you the difference in what they do. So I'm going to go. I'm going to be over here. I'm going to be Baker. I'm just going to basically cover. This is a crossing play, which typically the vert hooks will do a little bit of a better job following. As you can see, he does right there, and then Cam's going to complete it. But let's go to the replay to see what the difference was. See, me personally, I think it's good to do the full coverage version where you have both.
Let's go.
Let's
sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
You think about this strong safety position, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The give is to Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that one going nowhere from the start.
Good shit.
He's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Past the 50.
Mission accomplished on that throw. Slant, pick up the 1st down. I like how he just put it on the receiver and didn't lead him on that one.
Happened quickly. Defense, not much they could do.
Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball right here. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 40-yard line. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Elliott running right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Prescott now. 20. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A give to Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Now let's play some D, fellas.
K.J. Hamler returning it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater.
He'll get that complete to Albert O.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Bridgewater to throw it. Completes it to Fant on the right side. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
Now Gordon on first down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Gordon once more. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he's got some space here. Past the 20.
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
All the way home for a
Good shit.
score.
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this a very, very short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
That was a round run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. First down, Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Good shit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Randy Gregory able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Bridgewater. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
And this defense going to bring out a couple extra DBs here on 3rd and a yard.
Play fake. Bridgewater. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Kelvin Joseph. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The defense has a touchdown.
Oh, boy. Brandon, we spent time with this team before the game, and there was never any indication that they did not like their kicker.
Well, it shows right now that they didn't like their kicker. Why didn't they just put it through the goalpost and take the lead?
That is going to be the question that has to be answered. I don't know about you, but I'm skipping my flight. I'm going to the post-game press conference to find out what they were thinking.
Instead of playing conservative, they go through the air, and what a stunning turn of events. Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 8. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Bridgewater's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, They're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Bridgewater. And Gordon's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Bridgewater now. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Shit, good shit.
Judy. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Broncos are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Bridgewater will lead the troops up to go for 2. Bridgewater will try and throw. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, the ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. A handoff left, Elliott. And a short gain down to about the 33. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 9. To throw is Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They go to Elliott again. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. This is Elliott. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Throwing, Prescott. That's to his running back, complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Hamler now to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up.
Nice shot, nice shot.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now this throw caught left side, and they work this well upfield across the 45. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Bridgewater to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Good game.
Drop by Trayvon Diggs. And a big turnover there as his guys...
They robbed you like a motherfucker. That shit crazy right there.
That's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The game is trash for that. That shit crazy as hell. That was a touchdown, man. I give you that one. You should have had a touchdown on that shit, or at least a broken up play. But that they robbed you on that, cuz. Good game.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make
that was terrible right there, bro. Damn, that was terrible. I would have understood it if it was a league game, because I would have probably put some goddamn that was crazy. Madden had it already set that you wasn't gonna win this one. Or at least he gonna make you fight for it, because there's still some time left.
They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling.
I thought you caught that motherfucker.
Right now, they want to stay that way.
Oh, stay up.
Any rush offensively.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. 2nd and 8 coming up.
When I got that catch off that tip, that was the sign right there. Oh, you had it. You could have got an interception on that.
Inside the 30. And he takes us in the red zone all the way inside Denver's 15.
Yeah, when Zeke got that tip,
Big play here for Dallas.
it was a wrap.
They're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. Now Prescott. And it'll be intercepted.
Good game. Good game.
And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now
I decided to kind of mess around with this, but I'd much rather try to create pressure than just run coverage pretty basic. So all I'm going to do here to try to get some pressure, I'm just going to shift my defensive line to one side, then I'm going to slant them to the right as well, and then I'm just going to basically, this guy here, he's out kind of far, he's cheating a little bit, but I basically want to take one of these.
All right, it's good enough practice for the league game, baby.
There's so much action going on over there, and I'm just going to basically put him on a blitz and bring him to the gap. I'm also going to make sure that I guess pass, because I just think that helps. Makes them get after the quarterback. They won't bite on play actions and stuff like that. And this is pretty much it. I'm going to try to basically shoot this gap and basically hold as much alignment to the side as possible. As you can see right there, almost looks like a screenplay. And the pressure came around the edge and forced the completion on the very first play. So let's go to the replay to see what happened. As far as this defense goes, like I said, it's cover 3. You know, I run a lot of people running cover 3, so that was one of the reasons that I decided to kind of mess around with this. But I'd much rather try to create pressure than just run a cover 3 basic. So all I'm going to do here to try to get some pressure is I'm just going to shift my defensive line to the one side. Then I'm going to slant them to the right as well. And then I'm just going to basically, I mean, this guy here, he's out kind of far. I want to cheat him in a little bit. But I basically want to take one of these players. Typically, I take the one closest to this side, but I want to leave that hook up. There's so much action going on over there. And I'm just going to basically put him on a blitz and bring him into this gap. I'm also going to make sure that I guess pass, because I just think that helps. I don't, it makes them get after the quarterback. They won't bite on play action and stuff like that. And this is pretty much it. I'm going to try to basically shoot this gap and basically hold as much lineman to the side as possible. As you can see right there, almost looks like a screenplay. And the pressure came right off the edge and forcing the completion on the very first play. So let's go to the replay to see what happened, because it happened so fast I didn't even really see. But you can see when I do this, the entire offensive line jumps to the side. I got sucked in, which wasn't really the plan. I had to disengage. But like I said, the whole point is to get this cornerback a free run. Now, I also want to make sure I have my fastest guy there. For whatever reason, it typically is, but it's not right now. Like online, when I play mud, I typically have Jalen Ramsey, who's my best cornerback, running that. But for whatever reason, he's not. So I'll probably switch that out for a speed guy, because he seemed to come in a little bit slow, a little bit fast. He probably would have had that sack. But you can see, at the end of the day, it's a 4-man, 5 protection blitz if I get disengaged, and then we have